Hi everybody, Casey Zander here, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you 3 unique attraction triggers that all women have that 99% of men don't even know exist. Now I know that this sounds like a bold claim, but rest assured by the end of this entire presentation I'm going to go, my promise to you is that I'm going to go more in depth in these 3 points than anybody ever has. And if I fall short of that promise, I'm gonna damn well try my best. So the 3 things that we are going to be covering today is pre-selection at the deepest level and why this is so important. I'm also going to be showing you the power of outcome independence and how that actually radiates through your tone, how that radiates through your vibe, how that radiates through your aura, and ultimately how women can sense this from you. Last but not least is frame control and what this means when it comes to flirtation, what this means when it comes to building rapport versus seduction, and everything in between. So I'm extremely excited for this topic. Now, before we begin, 2 quick announcements, actually 3. Number 1, my brand new first ever Headman merchandise drop is coming out July 1, okay? That means mark this on your calendar because I'm doing hats. I have about 100 or so hats. I have about 60 of these t-shirts and they will sell out quick, okay? The reason being is because this is our first ever official launch. I'm going to be doing a handwritten letter or a handwritten signature inside of the package to each of them for everybody who gets one of these. That's number 1. Number 2, okay, we have a few seats this month's open for the men's full stack 1%er program. That means if you go down below, you book a call with my brother Cole, you watch that video presentation, he will see if you're a good fit, and if you are, you can then move forward based on how that interview goes. Last but not least, we are shutting down enrollment for the Masculinity Blueprint Accelerator for Q2 when we hit 2,000. That number is coming very soon. I highly recommend going down and either A, checking out that webinar link, or B, hopping into that quick bootcamp link so that way you can see step by step how you can use MBT, copy paste it into your life, and get the dating results that you've always wanted. Let's dive in. So, point number 1, pre-selection. What is pre-selection? This right here is the strongest attraction trigger when it comes to how women assess your value. Okay, the quickest way to get your value assessed in a social setting is not by your looks, it's not by if you get to single-digit body fat, it's not by how big your bank account is, it's by who you are around, why they are around you, and what is the vibe or what is the energy that's being produced through that interaction. You have to understand one thing, okay? When it comes to women, they want to see massive amounts of social proof. And even if you don't have massive amounts of social proof, just being in a social circle, right? Showing that you can lead interactions, showing that people are laughing when you talk, showing that you bring good vibes and positive energy to the group will do more for you than any amount of self-improvement that you could ever imagine, and here's why, okay? When you have a social circle, and this is something that you need, and preferably the bigger the social circle or the more acquaintances of people that you know through the grapevine, the better. Specifically when it comes to attracting women, and here is why. The amount of men that I have met who are 6-figure income earners, okay, 7-figure income earners, 8-figure income earners, that have literally 0 social circle are the ones who struggle the most. Meanwhile, in the flip side of that, I've seen guys who spend year after year building their body, okay, building their muscle, building their biceps, all to think that this would generate the attraction for them. Okay, you can do all of the self-improvement that you want, but if you cannot demonstrate that you are pre-selected by other people with social proof and people who actually want to get to know you, want to speak with you, enjoy talking with you, and would hang out with you, that is going to be a big disadvantage, okay? The biggest reason right here is because when you are high value, okay, and high value means that not only have you accomplished something for yourself, but ultimately high value as in you are bringing something to the table into interactions instead of taking, okay? You're bringing the right type of vibe, you're bringing the right type of aura. When you have a high value mindset and a high value personality, what this really shows is that you can network and you can make friends or be part of the group. So if you think about this in, biology times, right, prehistoric times, if a man was ostracized, or if a man was not really fitting in with the group, that could be detrimental to his survival. Based on the mate that he is with, that could also be detrimental to her survival as well as the survival of the offspring. This is why pre-selection is so important. When you can demonstrate that other people want to be around you, when you can actually demonstrate that you have the social skills to keep interactions going, this is something that's powerful, okay? Here's what happens. Women naturally find value and safety seeing other women respond well to you. If other women respond well to you, they automatically sense value, okay? If you want this into an analogy, if I see a guy pull up in a Lamborghini, you're automatically probably going to assume that he has money. The same thing goes with women. The most powerful attraction trigger is seeing other women already responding well to you. That could be the woman touching you on the arm. That could be her smiling and laughing at your jokes. That could be the women noticing that the other girl is positioning her hair and flipping it so that way she looks good in front of you. Whatever it is, this right here is a powerful tool. Use it to your advantage. It shows 3 specific things. Number 1, it shows that you're not awkward. Like, for God's sakes, practice speaking. Like, seriously, I can't emphasize this enough. If you're not good at speaking, if you constantly second guess yourself, if you constantly sound like you're stuttering or you're saying or ah, or you're thinking so much, this shows that you're not centered with who you are. And the way to get over this, number 2, is to be lighthearted and consistently fun. Nothing is awkward if you don't think it's awkward. Nothing is embarrassing unless you think it's embarrassing. And the second that you feel those things is the second that it shows there's a crack in your armor and you can be moved off center, which naturally makes the vibe and the interaction go downhill. You have to learn to use this to your advantage. Moving on to number 2. The second biggest attraction trigger is going to be outcome independence. What is outcome independence? This means when you are genuinely happy, okay, people can sense that you are fine with yourself, you like yourself, you're okay with yourself, you're comfortable with yourself, and based on what's going on around you, you are never upset and you never display any neediness. What is neediness? Neediness is when you're either upset, you're pissed off, you're moved off center, right? You can't speak correctly because you wish a certain interaction would have done better. Okay, you see men get hung up on this all the time. They're worried that if they said one wrong line or if they texted one wrong thing, the whole interaction goes to hell. And this couldn't be further from the truth. The interactions only go to hell when it comes like that if you let it. And the second you let it is the second that not only does it take over your emotions, but it automatically gives the women that you're speaking to negative emotions, therefore killing the attraction. Okay, outcome independence is so powerful, and here's how you do this. You have to be able to shift not only your mindset, but you have to be able to have the right vibe and the right aura to shift other people's mindset to go from a need mentality to a want mentality. And I'm going to give you an example of what this looks like. If I'm trying to sell a car, okay, let's say I'm a car salesman, and what I'm doing is I'm forcing the buyer into a needy mentality, meaning me as the salesman, I am outcome dependent. What does that look like? Well, if I have to handle 5 different objections when they really don't want to buy it, to stick them in a corner, overcome those objections, and make them feel like they have to or that they need to buy it, that is when the whole sale goes to hell. Okay, the same thing happens with most men and with their interactions. They're so outcome dependent that the woman oftentimes feels as if she needs to give him the number, that she needs to progress this elsewhere with him. But in actuality, this is the biggest turnoff because the mentality that he is not able to do is shift this to a want mentality. If I'm selling a car and I can shift the prospect into a want mentality where they actually desire it, all of a sudden, I don't have to overcome any objections. They genuinely want it versus being forced to feel like they need to have it. And it's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different energy. The truth is not everybody's your buyer. Just like the truth is not everybody is going to be a suitable companion that you're talking to. And that's okay. Part of accepting the fact that that's okay is being outcome independent. I am never dependent to a specific outcome in anything in life. I'm never dependent on one specific sale. I'm never dependent on one specific, revenue or profit generating month in my business. I'm never dependent on one specific date. Okay, I genuinely don't care. And the second you can release control and get centered and be happy with who you are and what you do is the exact second that you can actually demonstrate outcome independence, not only with women, but in every area in your life. Oftentimes what I've seen through years and years of coaching now is people typically, men do not have dating issues. Men have personal issues that reflect in their dating life. Okay, men oftentimes don't have financial issues. They have personal issues that reflect in their business. You are made up of a whole. Everything about you intertwines and bleeds over into every single area. This is not segmented. This is all connected. Who you are is demonstrated in every single circumstance. So, when you are outcome independent, this shows that you're constantly in abundance. For those of you who are wondering, how do you constantly get in abundance? I need to make one thing blatantly clear. There's a few things here that takes massive amounts of work to do. But I'm going to show you the way that I've known to do it. The way that I've known to do it worked for me. If it can work for me, it will probably work for you as well. The very first way is you have to get your finances in order. Nothing is more exciting, nothing is better than knowing that you have wealth comparative to your income and comparative to your expenses. One thing I want to make abundantly clear is that if you are in abundance with your income and with your finances, this drastically leads to being in abundance in other areas in life. And I'm going to give you an example. Me, myself, personally, I live on about 1/10 of my monthly income. That means relative to what I'm making, I can live off 1/10 of that and still make all of my bills and still live the lifestyle that I want. That means that I am no longer held hostage not only to bills, but I'm no longer held hostage to a specific boss because I've created abundance for myself. What this does is this creates the ultimate life setup so that way you can truly enjoy your own company. Okay? If you are in abundance with your resources and with your wealth, naturally you will be in abundance with your time. Therefore, you start to be the moving factor in your life that operates life on your own terms and not somebody else's. This is the quickest way to start to demonstrate abundance with women. The reason being is because it shows you can generate options. It shows you can generate wealth for yourself. It shows you can actually generate things in life and you're not held slave to a specific interaction or a specific dependent outcome based off who you're talking to. Okay? How this looks when it comes to communicating, the example I'm going to give you is that if one person says no, bam, you call another. Okay, you can apply this to sales, you can apply this to anything, but what I really apply this to when it comes to dating is like FaceTime flow. Okay, if you're dating and you've developed a pipeline for yourself, if you ever want to know what it feels like to get in flow, just start FaceTiming people, right? Start FaceTiming women, start FaceTiming people to ask, hey, do you want to go on a date? You want to meet up? What are you doing tonight? If one of them says no, bam, you call the next. Bam, you call the next. And you will watch, as you talk to more and more people, you will watch your vibe and your energy start to increase. You'll watch yourself start to actually raise your vibration. And what will happen is that when you speak, it will be more powerful. When you speak, naturally, each interaction will get better and better and better. And it's like you're revving the engine. You're getting warmed up. And pretty soon, all of the no's that you had in the beginning will all of a sudden turn to yes, 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 because you become better as a closer. Last but not least, we have to discuss frame control. What is frame control? Frame control is when you are never moved off center. This is so powerful. If you're never moved off center, the worst things could happen to you. And if you show that you can have mental and emotional fortitude through it, there is no bigger strength to that. That shows like good genes for specific reproduction. Not only that, you're happy and never phased. And the way to do this is you need to start to agree and amplify more often. We have all heard this when it comes to dating, pick up advice, things of that nature. But there is power in this. When you're able to agree, okay, you're able to tease and come from a cocky, funny, or an arrogant attitude. You can actually display higher value. What that really shows is that you don't necessarily give an F. And when you don't give an F, as crazy as that sounds, when you release that control from that outcome, your vibe and your energy increases. Okay, so when you demonstrate this and you have that sort of frame control, you're now looked at as a guy who just gets it. And the way you speak changes, the way you walk changes, the way you talk changes, and everything about you from the ground up becomes better. And this is how you solidify yourself and fortify yourself into the man that you know you need to be. Guys, if you like this video, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to go down below and book a call with my brother Cole for the men's full stack 1%er program. I want to see you turn into the 1%er that I know you can be. A true full stack man on his purpose that not only understands these things in life, but can actually generate real life results for himself. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.